It hasn't changed much, but Tropical Storm Isaac is getting closer as warnings and watches are issued tonight. Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm Kishla Adderley. Thanks for joining us. As Tropical Storm Isaac continues its west-northwest track, a tropical storm warning is in effect for the southeast Bahamas. That is the islands of Inagua, Mayaguana, Long Key, Ragged Island, Crooked Island, and Acklins, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. As the storm nears, forecasters expect rains to begin in the southeast tonight. Here with the latest on the storm, we turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good night to you, Basil. And surely the residents of the southeast should already be at a certain state of preparedness.
Minimum level, and the reason for that is this. Isaac is really obeying our forecast track. It's going along that path that we said it will go. It's going to move quite to the south and west of these islands. However, the tropical storm force winds extend outward 140 miles per hour from the center, and for that reason, we have bumped up that watch to a warning to protect those islands in the central and the southeastern parts of the country, meaning that they could possibly get some tropical storm force winds, but they will be on the outer fringe of that system. That track is going to take it across Hispaniola. That will weaken it. Secondly, Isaac has not intensified as we thought it would over the last 12 to 36 hours, and that too is certainly good news. Hence, when it interacts with the landmass, the mountainous terrain, that will further weaken it a bit, so it looks as though it's going to spend its entire track passing us to the south as a tropical storm, and that is what is shaping up right now, but that warning is in place just to be on the safe side.
All right, thanks a lot, Basil. We'll hear from you later as Tropical Storm Isaac moves closer to our area. Meantime, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force is on the ready should Tropical Storm Isaac affect the Bahamas. Commodore Roderick Bowe says teams at all of its bases, including Inagua, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and here in the capital, have completed their preparations.
The track of the hurricane shows that it may have some impact on Inagua. So the team in Inagua, we've asked them to go ahead and prepare and secure the boat that's down there and to secure the basin the base at the airport. And they've done that already. So they're standing by.
Now, Commodore Bowe also noted that hurricane shelter management teams, which comprise some 30 to 60 members, are also ready to assist should the storm impact Inagua or any other family island.
Our team down there will ride out the storm while there. They will make an assessment during the passage of the hurricane and advise us as to what's going on. And then afterwards, they will take a drive around through the town and see what really needs to be done and see if there's any assistance that they can give in terms of moving debris, repairing homes, and to communicate that to us here in New Providence.
Well, how seriously are Bahamians taking the threat of Tropical Storm Isaac? Our news team took to the streets to find out if residents are making preparations for the storm. Here's what you had to say.
I already am making preparation and I'm batting up my windows, my door, you know, secure my family, my animals and stuff. So I don't know about the rest of the public, but I hope they'll take a precaution and let's take this thing serious, because you never know, it could hit us tomorrow, you know, instead of waiting until Saturday for the next family island. So it could turn the U-turn and hit us.
Get some canned goods, make sure I get a lot of water, searchlight. Well, I have a radio ready. Make sure I know where the shelters is and medication, whatever the kids need. Make sure everybody's straight. And just hope this thing passes by.
We have all our shutters, everything done built or whatever. We just have to put them up. I mean, I don't think that only can take like an hour or so.
Get your light bulbs, your candles, your portable radio, and etc., canned goods and stuff like that. You families out there would have young children, you know, be prepared. All your accessories is in place.
Now, the Bahamas Red Cross, in the meantime, has partially activated its machinery to deal with the impending storm. Joining us to talk about that is Director General of the Bahamas Red Cross, Caroline Turnquest. Good evening to you, Mrs. Turnquest.
Good evening.
Now, tell me first about any vulnerable groups you expect you may be assisting first. Is that the scenario you're dealing with?
Well, actually, we're dealing with anyone who, in the unlikely event it happens, that will receive damages, especially senior citizens and children, single mothers.
Now, since the last series of hurricanes and tropical storms, there were some family islands that are still feeling effects. Is that something you've taken into consideration as one of those vulnerable groups that you may have to assist first?
Yes, of course. Anyone that would have had damages previously from the last hurricane, we're coming on off the heels of Hurricane Irene, so all of that would have been taken into consideration.
Now, I know that obviously you're a nonprofit organization. You're always looking for donations. Tell me about the financial state of the Red Cross now and what some of the needs are.
Currently, you know, like I said, we had Hurricane Irene last year, which has depleted our funds. We've had 1 or 2 donations come in, but not to that extreme extent where we are fully funded. And so, dependent on the nature, the impact, we feel that, you know, and we are always grateful for any donations that we could receive when it comes to assisting other persons.
All right, and finally, before you go, what advice do you give to people who find themselves or may find themselves in need of the Red Cross should the storm affect us in any way?
My suggestion is, first of all, you have to ensure your own safety. That's key concern. You have to ensure your safety. You have to make sure if you're in an area that is prone to any type of flooding or your house is unsafe, make sure that you would get to a shelter. Ensure that, as we have been spelling for months now, and I have every confidence that the Bahamian public have heeded our warnings, is to get ready and ensure that you have at least 3 days supplies on hand in the event anything happens.
Thank you very much, Ms. Caroline Turnquest, Director General of the Bahamas Red Cross. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
In other news tonight, sitting member of Parliament and former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, will officially resign his North Abaco seat on August 31st. Today, he told members of the press he plans to be in North Abaco as he believes a very important announcement will be made then. Here's what he had to say.
I'm going to be in Abaco on the 2nd of September. The day I expect they will call the by-election. I'll be in Abaco then. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have served, and thankful, and relieved of a great burden. I thank the Bahamian people very much for the opportunity to serve.
Well, we're just days away from the start of talks between the government and BTC. Coming up tonight, find out what the Prime Minister has planned.